All right, let's go to the phone. Let's bring in Darryl Ledbetter.
Skype.
Oh, he's on Skype.
Yes.
Cool.
Dress up.
Let's go to Skype.
He can see you.
And bring in Darryl Ledbetter. He covers the Falcons for the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. Hey, Darryl, how you doing?
Greetings. How's it going, guys?
Is that audio okay, guys?
Yeah, we're gonna fix it.
We're gonna. Should we go back to Darryl, or should we fix it while we're? We're good. Darryl, if you don't mind, give us a countdown to 10, will you?
10, 9, 8.
Perfect.
Perfect. You don't even have to go for it.
Ready for liftoff. Darryl Ledbetter for the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. You got a new coach down there with the Atlanta Falcons. You got Dan Quinn. He's known as a defensive guy. Do you have enough talent there that Dan Quinn can actually put together a viable defense and stop somebody this year?
Yeah, it looks like the defense is much improved. They were able to go out and sign about 16 guys from other teams. Not a lot of high-priced free agents, but guys like Brooks Reed, Justin Duran, O'Brien Schofield, quality NFL players that should help, what was the worst defense in the league. The big thing will be health, because both of those guys have injury histories, and both are actually injured right now. So that might hurt the linebacking core, but they've made some moves to improve what was a pretty porous defense.
Darryl, great tie. Great. I don't know what that building is. That the state capitol behind you? It looks kind of.
No.
Let me take sort of a back doorway at this. Is Atlanta's best chance this year is because the division sucks so badly that it could be anybody's division? Is that the best hope for the Falcons?
Yes, it is, Woody. That's their best hope. They don't have the linemen. They're not going to knock anybody off the ball. They got to try to keep Matt Ryan alive, and they haven't been able to do that the last couple of years. But if they stay healthy in the South, they got a shot. 7-8-1 won the thing last year. Carolina's got a pretty good defense, but that's the only elite unit in the NFC South. So everybody's in this thing. Even maybe Tampa if they can get hot with the rookie quarterback. So that's their saving grace. They'll come to play every Sunday knowing that they have a shot over the long haul in this division.
Darryl, does that lead to a question very specific here? Last year, the talk, you shouldn't be able to be in the playoffs. We had that Seattle deal raised again. You shouldn't be in the playoffs if you are below 500. Well, we're looking at a situation where you could have 4 teams that finish 8-8 or just.
Well, Carolina won the division last year. It's 7-8-1.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Darryl, are we going to be led to a point here pretty soon where you have to be a 500 team to be in the playoffs?
I think, you can go all the way back to that Browns team under Marty Schottenheimer that went 8-8. But, I think we're at a time where winning needs to be rewarded. We could see the day where the playoffs are reseeded based on regular season records. We, need to get creative here and give the people, the best football teams that are out there, playing in the playoffs. So I could see that coming, no question about it.
Who emerged from training camp, going back to the Falcons? Who did you really like and go, boy, he's not getting a lot of attention? Who in the Falcons team should we take a look at that's going to either start or be a contributor that we really in Colorado haven't heard of, to be honest, or heard much about?
Yeah, one kid is Ricardo Allen. He was a 5th-round pick out of Purdue last year, didn't even make the team. He was a cornerback. Coach Quinn and them came in and evaluated his film and decided to move him to free safety. He's doing quite well back there. He had a lot of tackles at Purdue and had the range to play that position. He's a guy that's going to turn some heads this year from a totally different position where he's drafted from. That's one guy that's jumped out here. And, of course, the running backs, they've been hurt a little bit. But Tevin Coleman out of Indiana, who ran for 2,000 yards last year, he's a guy to watch. And Devontae Freeman, the old Florida State tailback on their national championship team, they've had hamstrings, but they looked pretty good before they went down with the injuries. And Coleman's back, and he'll play on Thursday. Those are 3 guys for the people to look out for.
Darryl, let's stick with the running backs here. We know you have a franchise quarterback in Matt Ryan. We know you've got 2 really good receivers in Roddy White and Julio Jones. We know you have a pretty good offensive line. So what is the rotation at running back going to look like? For all those folks who want to take an Atlanta Falcons running back, who should they be picking here?
I'm going to advise them, and I wanted to wait a little bit, but I'm going to advise them to take Devontae Freeman. He's coming back, and he's the guy that when you go around and talk to the linemen, they're the guys that he's the one that has them buzzing. He has they have to block for him, but he's the guy that they sense that has the offense down, has the ability to hit the hole in this one-cut old Bronco system that Kyle Shanahan's putting in here. He's the guy to take. Although Coleman's going to get some run, in a committee approach here.
Well, you were talking about Kyle Shanahan. What have we seen of him in regard to what he's doing with the offense down there? He trained well under his father. He has established himself. Had to get out of Cleveland because of crap that was going on there.
Because it's Cleveland.
Pardon me?
Because it's Cleveland.
Well, no. Well, I mean, there was a lot of stuff. I mean, they were tweeting from the press box to guys on the sideline saying, "Here, put this guy in." He got out of there. So, what have you felt in terms of your relationship with Kyle Shanahan and the players' relationship with Kyle Shanahan?
They seem to like him. Julio likes the fact that they're moving him around, that they're teaching all of the receivers every position. They like the fact that Shanahan tells him he wants to be the Golden State Warriors. Whoever's in the game can score type of deal. So he's won over the players. You could see clearly that his stamp is on the running game. The Falcons had to get rid of Steven Jackson, and, they had to go with their young guys. The line's a little bit behind right now. They haven't been able to open many holes, but you could see, where Kyle is putting his imprint on the offense and has great latitude to do so. He's went out and got Rex Grossman to come in here. Rex is going to play some in the second half tomorrow. Rex has been with him since Houston, Washington, and Cleveland, so he has a very good comfort level with him. I just don't know at 33 what Rex has left in the tank. But Kyle's got a lot of power here in Atlanta. Coach Dan just kind of checks in with him on the offense, and we'll see if he can get this offense rolling here. And he finally has a quarterback that is a veteran quarterback who's won some games in the league.
Your favorite backup, Woody?
Yeah,
Rex Grossman.
Yeah, absolutely.
Woody can't talk
I
about
kept
Rex
saying
Grossman
somebody's
enough.
going to sign Rex Grossman. Let me go way off topic with you. I grew up in Memphis, went to school to Tennessee. My dream was to work for the newspaper you work for. And I had a chance to go work for the Constitution, and they didn't pay very well. So I ended up in Denver instead. Atlanta is a lousy professional sports franchise. I'm not a sports team, but they're building 2 new stadiums, and they're going to move the Braves out to the suburbs. The Falcons are going into a new stadium the next year or so. And,
17.
Yeah, I mean, how do you get people? The Hawks people, despite being the number 1 seed, people are sort of getting around to it. What needs to be done, or is it always going to be a college football first, NASCAR second, pro sports third town?
Well, over the last 10, Woody, and it's probably because a lot of the people like me, I'm a transplant, from Cleveland.
Sorry about that. No wonder you chuckled when I made that remark.
Well, he left Cleveland. Cleveland's a good place to be from.
Right. But I think what it is you have all the transplants, and the teams that have been here haven't necessarily won or been able to bring people in, other than the Braves. With their 15 or so pennants and just 1 World Series title. The Falcons don't have much to show for it but a trip to the Super Bowl. The Hawks, this was their best season ever last year when they got blown out by LeBron and the Cavs in the Eastern Conference Finals. So I think winning will help cultivate the fans on a long-term basis. The Falcons had the city really hot for those 5 years where they won under Coach Smith and got within 10 yards of the Super Bowl.
Oh, but they were piping in crowd noise. I was down there for games. That wasn't real crowds. They hired people to sit in the stands. They piped crowd noise in there.
They were pumping things up while New England was pumping things down.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's officially on the record. It was the next 2 seasons, 13 and 14, when they started losing when they were piping it in. But hey, we don't know how long that was going on. But the atmosphere during the Michael Vick era outside of the Georgia Dome, I've told, has been unmatched. He actually captivated the town and had the Falcons as the hottest ticket, to where they had kind of pulled even up with Georgia as the #1 team over the last decade. Now they're trying to recapture some of that and build on it here with Coach Quinn moving forward.
You're great, Darryl. We appreciate it. And Les apologizes to you and all the people in Cleveland.
I'm sorry, Darryl. Darryl, what's your Twitter handle?
Find me at DOrlandoAJC.
Give it to me again.
At DOrlandoAJC.
At DOrlandoAJC. Darryl, really appreciate your time.
Sure. Thank you, Les and Woody. You guys take care.
All righty.
Come
Darryl
back and
Ledbetter
see us.
of the Atlanta Journal-Constitution.
Yeah, you just.